The process of analytics should always begin with a clearly articulated business objective. For example, how can we improve the response rate for a direct marketing campaign? How can we reduce the attrition rate of our customers? How should we change our product line to increase sales? When in doubt about whether we are proceeding in the right direction, we should always be referring back to this objective and asking whether our data strategy can provide a good answer. The next phase of the process translates this business objective into a data-driven decision-making project. For example, if our objective is to improve the response rate for a direct marketing campaign, one possible approach would be to use analytics to determine the characteristics of prospects that tend to respond to our campaign messages in the recent past, and then target our future campaigns to individuals that match those characteristics. Once we have a sound strategy planned, we need to select appropriate data. This is a crucial step that will often determine success or failure of the project. For example, in the direct marketing case, we need data from past campaigns, including which prospective customers responded and which ones did not. This information is most likely available in our marketing department's database. We also need sufficient information about each prospect to be able to understand what differentiates prospects who respond from those who don't. Here, we may or may not have all the data internally. Perhaps we have a prospect's phone number and gender, but we may not know their age, family status, occupation, and income. If such attributes are likely to play a role, then we need to think whether this extra data can be purchased from third parties and, in the future, whether we can entice prospective customers to provide it when they register with the company. After we have obtained the necessary data and decided on a methodology, we typically need to explore the data to observe some initial patterns, as well as indications that perhaps some of the data contains errors that need to be corrected. For example, we may find that a substantial fraction of individuals in our data do not have age information, or perhaps that a disproportionate fraction were more than 100 years old, which is likely due to input errors. Or we may notice that there's a significant gender skew that will throw off our analysis later on. These observations need to be dealt with through a sequence of data cleaning and transformation operations. For example, we may decide to throw away individuals with the wrong age, or we may simply leave their age empty and use an analysis method later on that is capable of dealing with missing data. We also need to merge the data that comes from our internal systems with any data we obtained from other sources and bring it to the format that is required by the analysis tools. It is only at this point that we are ready to conduct formal data analysis. To determine what differentiates prospects who responded to our campaign from those who didn't, we might want to try to run our data through a regression model. The regression model will flag the customer attributes that have a statistically significant effect, positive or negative, on the probability that a given prospect responded to campaigns contained in our dataset. In most cases, we will want to apply a variety of different models to look for the one that has the best predictive performance. That is, the one that performs best in separating good from bad prospects. Having converged on a model, we are ready to translate our analytical findings into concrete actions. Recall that our business objective is to improve the response rate of our next marketing campaign. Given a list of prospective customers and their characteristics, we can use the model we developed in the previous step to assess the probability that each of those prospects will respond to our campaign, and we can limit our efforts to targeting prospects where the model's assessment is above a threshold. That way, we can save marketing resources and, if successful, we can realize superior financial results. Last but not least, we need to assess the outcomes of our efforts. Was the response rate of the campaign as high as our model predicted? If not, why not? What did we learn from the process? How can we use the learnings to be even more effective the next time around? The analytics process is never a straight line, but a loop that provides the company with continuous learning and improvement.